Hi everyone, I'm Dai Kaiyi and welcome to the CGTN's live streaming. I'm right now at the Luxian County in Sichuan province, and just 3 days before there was a massive, or more precisely a 6.0 magnitude earthquake happened here, jolting the town at 4:30 early in the morning. And as we can see, not very far behind me, there are still traces. There are buildings partly collapsed. We can see the roof of some of the buildings still collapsed, but many of the areas have been cordoned off, so we can't get any closer, and they're still trying to do the investigation work, trying to see if there's any potential risks. So this 6.0 magnitude earthquake has killed 3 people and severely injured the other 3, and over 100 people suffered minor injuries, and of course all of them have been sent to the local hospitals, and they all received timely and proper medical treatments. So we're now right now heading towards one of the resettlement shelter, not very far, I think it's just a few hundred meters from us. So we're still walking to that destination. And we can see on the road that there are rescue trucks, some of them from public security forces, some of them from some of the ambulances here, and there are also patrolling teams. Well, right now we can't really see any, but just minutes before our live streaming, we can see there are many public security forces here patrolling. And I would say one of the most important tasks for the rescue teams here is trying to restore the local communications as well as electricity. So as we can see right across the road, there is, this is basically, as I asked them, a base station which is trying to restore the local communications. So I'm just trying to talk to the drivers here. 您好，请问这个汽车现在是做一个什么样的作用？
现在就是接收卫星来，新开了个基站出来，在这个地方发电，就是以发电来保证这个车子的通行畅通嘛，就是。
Okay, so this is due to the local communications disruption. They actually specifically arranged a car which served as a base station for local communications.
那所以现在这个当地的这个通讯已经恢复了多少了呢？
当地的基站是全部恢复了，只有还有少数可能广安还有很少部分没有通了。基本上基站是全部通了的，就是这个受灾面积整个区域嘛，基本上通信是保证了的。
So despite minor disruptions, basically all the base stations in town have been restored.
那其实现在这个整体的恢复的话，就是全部100%的。
对，整体100%的已经恢复了。主要是好像我们说是在这个地方开通，是因为这个镇上来支援这个镇上的人员比较多了，就是说基站供应不够的情况下，这个基站跟它覆盖也好，就是让人能够打电话比较畅通，就是这样子。
Okay, so this base station is basically for communications. They're just trying to, just to provide sufficient support for local communications, because lots of people have to call their families. So there is a huge demand for communications. So 谢谢您啊 ，Thank you so much. 谢谢. Okay, so this is the communication. The local, they sent. I believe that's just not the only one base station cars. I guess there's only there's some other, but right now we're still heading towards to the resettlement shelter. So this earthquake actually just now I talked that all the wounded have received timely and proper treatment because we visited the local hospital yesterday. And although we can't get inside due to the COVID-19 prevention control measures, we did see the first wounded patient to be discharged from the hospital, and he's an 84-year-old elderly, and he told me he would not recover so fast without the timely rescue and effective medical treatment. So the authorities, as we said, they're just on the first day of the disaster, there are 5 emergency shelters set up. And right now, according to the authorities, they set up 2,500 disaster relief tents and allocate over 40,000 beds and more than 10,000 pieces of living supplies. And each resettlement site or each emergency shelter is equipped with 2 police officers for order, maintenance, and medical personnel for medical work. And I guess we're right now, here we are at one of the resettlement sites. So we're just trying to get in there and see how the residents living in there are holding up. Okay, so they gave me a face mask because this is due to the COVID-19 prevention control measures. Everyone have to wear the face mask or you can't get into this camp. Or this is basically an elementary school, and after the earthquake, they just set up a resettlement site here. So I guess we're here. We're trying to talk. We can see this is okay. So first of all, I just want my camera to pan over to see this is actually a state grid truck, which is basically serves the power generation purpose. And I just found someone who's in charge of the electricity or power generation here in this camp, and he's from State Grid. 你好，你好，请问怎么称呼您？
我叫李凤林，我是国网泸州供电公司共产党员服务队的队长。
好的，那请问就是咱们现在这个营地现在供电的一个情况，或者是维修的一个情况是怎么样的？
现在我们可以看到，现在我们供电公司呢为这个营地呢提供了几台应急设备。首先呢，这是一台就是充电方舱。这个充电方舱呢，它主要是2个功能。第一个就是最多可以提供接近100个居民同时手机供电。第二个就是它有一个可以升降的应急灯塔。
So this is an emergency charging, like a super power bank. It can charge as many as 100 phones at the same time. And up there, as we can see, up there, there is a light tower. It can rise up very high, and it serves the illumination purpose, especially at night.
是的，这一个就是我们的应急灯塔。应急灯塔主要是提供我们晚上整个场地的场所照明。等于我们供电公司到达了这个安置点的时候，首先第一步我们就是把这个应急方舱给设立好。应急方舱就是提供给我们的居民，让他们的手机的小功率电器在这边充电。
So it charges, I guess, not only their phones, but also iPads and walkie-talkies for some of the local, maybe rescue workers and public security police officers.
所以这个主要就是用来充电，然后和照明，对吧？
对，充电照明就功率比较小。然后我们还做了一个工作，就是为整个临时安置点的60多顶帐篷，每个帐篷里边安装的开关和灯具，然后在我们集中的这个点位呢，还安排了这个插排，这些整个园区的供电都是由我们后面这个大型的这个应急发电车来提供供电的。
Okay, so there are a total of over 60 tents in this resettlement site alone, and he said there's a light bulb for each tent for the illumination purposes, and the whole power generation actually it all provided by this car right here. This is it's written in Chinese. It's emergency power generation truck, and it's a state grid truck.
是的，我们可以看到，等于说，小功率的就由我们这个应急方舱进行供电，然后大功率的就是由我们这个应急发电车进行提供供电。然后我们的应急方舱啊，从我看，那天晚上地震是凌晨的4点33分，然后我们6点多接到通知，7点钟集合出发，到达现场是8点50，我们就是开始这个应急方舱的工作了，为那个居民提供手机充电，让他们第一时间呢，得到这个信号，给家人报平安。截至目前呢，已经超过了1000名居民使用了这个应急方舱为他们的手机的供电。
So the earthquake happened at 4:30 in the morning on Thursday, and they arrived just several hours later. I guess it's at around 8 o'clock in the morning they arrived. So this emergency charging shelter, it has provided a total of, so over 1,000 people have used this emergency charging shelter which is a supersized power bank, as I said, to charge their phones. And after charging, they can call their families, their friends, to say they're still safe after the earthquake.
所以现在目前的情况应该就是这样哈。
是的，目前基本情况就是我们整个园区呢，因为市电已经恢复正常了，整个园区的供电我们已经整体的接到那个市电上面去，但是现在我们为了预防之后的余震啊，或者是其他因素影响居民用电，我们把这些应急设备还是继续放在这里，供居民使用，以防来提高我们作为这个供电的双重保险。
OK。
So the power generation, the electricity, I should say, has fully restored. But these equipment are still in place just in case of any, collapses or any potential aftershocks. So these equipment or these trucks are still in place to make sure that just in case something, further disasters happen, and they could be there to provide power supply for the camp. So I guess we could, if we walk here, we can see lots of volunteers are making lunch for, I guess they're making lunch not just for the local, for the disaster relief for those residents living in tents, but also police officers, rescue workers, basically everyone work and live in this camp. I'm just trying to find someone who we can talk to. So we can see there are eggs, rice, they're packaging their lunches, and after that they're trying to distribute them. And if we walk here,
您好，我们是那个央视英语频道的记者，然后我想问一下，现在这个现场的一个伙食是怎样的一个情况？
是每天有很多志愿者在这里帮忙服务，然后弄出来很有秩序的发放下去。
Yeah, so she said there are lots of volunteers here every day to help cooking as well as to help distribute those meals to everyone in this camp.
那所以就是现在每天分发的这个具体的数量知道吗？
这个数量是每天都在增加，具体的数量上面不太清楚。
Okay. So the number of those number of those meals increased every day. So we still can't get the specific number of how many meals are distributed in this camp. But I think we can just walk over here to see how the residents living inside the tent, how their life is like. You can see they're eating their meals. This is lunchtime. Oh, and there is also medical assistance here. We can see there are the affiliated hospital of Southwest Medical University. They're just here to make sure that just in case there's any medical demand in this camp.
您好，请问一下，您这边这几天提供的服务主要是保障这个安置点的人的那个医疗的一些需求是吗？
对啊，对。
能大概介绍一下吗？就是您这几天做的一个工作。
主要做的工作一个就是我们对这个我们这些常见的感冒啊、发热啊、发热的我们就上报噻。比如说像这个处理外伤啊，因为当时对这个受伤的因为局部的清创处理，或者就是一般的像比如说呼吸道啊、这个消化系统的病啊这些，你常规的处理，那么我们处理不下的，那么我们就后边的这个我们的神经区医院呐，或者严重的就转到我们的县医院。我们主要是对一些常规的病进行一个治疗，还有就是对这个有些群众心理上有点焦虑啊，我们就是心理干预，跟他说会儿摆会儿，我就治疗。
心理咨询。
对，心理咨询会儿。其他也没事，没听说的。
Thank you. Yeah, so he said this. They're just basically providing for the medical supplies, just in case the residents have some mild cold or fevers, or some of them may have stomach ache. We can see there's lots of medicines here. So these are the medicines for just in case someone has caught a cold, something like that. So these are the regular medicines, and he actually said if someone has some severe symptoms or got some more serious disease, they'll get transferred to the nearby hospitals. And we'll just visit one of the tents here. 您好, we're just trying to find someone who we can talk to in the tent. 您好，请问您是什么时候住在这个地方的？从什么时候开始？
地震的现在第二天早上。
就是地震那天早上。
哦。So they arrived here as soon as the earthquake happened. So it's just a few hours after the earthquake.
您认为现在在这里生活怎么样？在这个帐篷里面？
生活可以，生活好。
伙食怎么样？
伙食好啊，这自己看嘛。
They said the life is good here. Everything is good. The food is good here. So this is an elementary school, and they have set up this place to be a resettlement site. And so we can see, as I've been told by the medical workers and the rescue workers, there are over 60 tents in this elementary school. So that's probably, there's an average of 11 people in each tent, and some of them even have as many as 14 or 15 people living inside. So adding all of them together, it would be probably more than 600 people in this resettlement site. And there's, of course, multiple other resettlement sites here. And we can see there are lots of people eating their lunches here. So as we can see, the restoration work is underway, and then the restoration work it's underway. Previously we talked to the communications, the communications workers, and also the electricians, and also some of the residents living in the tents, and their life is good, as you just heard. So everything tells me that the reconstruction work here after the earthquake, the 3 days after the earthquake, is underway, and things hopefully will return to normal soon. And that's pretty much everything we have here. Thank you again for tuning in to CGTN live streaming. See you next time.